This news update is brought to you by...
It's gonna be a big blue summer.
The Big Blue Summer celebration with Flow is here. Make yours unforgettable. Sign up for big bundle savings. Build your essential bundle and save big money. Blow out the candles on Barbados' 50th and Flow's first Big Blue birthday celebration. To win big prizes including $10,000 in cash. Big-time sports coverage at home or on the go with Flow TV, like the Olympic Games in Rio and the new home of Premier League football. Watch it all with big data and big style on the fastest 4G network. The world's biggest sporting events this summer are all on Flow. The Big Blue Summer Celebration is here, and Flow is your official partner. This is how we flow.
It's gonna be a big blue summer. Get ready to go. This is how we flow. We wear the blue for the summer. Get ready to go. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, July 21st. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary-Claire Williams. The General Secretary of the Unity Workers Union, Caswell Franklyn, is calling for an appeal of the ruling of the Employment Rights Tribunal on the dismissed NCC workers. The tribunal ruled last Friday that the workers were unfairly dismissed and ordered that they be paid 52 weeks' wages in compensation. But speaking to Barbados Today, Franklyn charged that the former employees were treated unfairly both by the NCC and the tribunal.
The tribunal should have known better. Then the tribunal set out to give them compensation. But the compensation is contrary to what is set out in the law. But I don't really want to go there because it might mean that the tribunal know I don't want to teach them anything. They should be the law themselves. The compensation that was ordered is if the tribunal had ordered reinstatement and the company refused to carry out the reinstatements, then there's an additional penalty of 52 weeks. So their compensation, they mix and match. They did two different sets of reasoning. One, the compensation for unfair dismissal in accordance with the 5th schedule based on the table in there. Or for reinstatement, and if you fail to reinstate, then you get an additional set of money. The tribunal has messed up.
Meanwhile, the Umbrella Trade Union Organization has welcomed the Employment Rights Tribunal ruling. However, the president of the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations of Barbados, Cedric Murrell, says while the tribunal ruled in the workers' favor, it is unfortunate that they were dismissed in the first place. And he also says there are lessons for employers on the island from the NCC case. One health official says Barbados is not alone in recording a number of premature deaths linked to non-communicable diseases. Specialist in non-communicable diseases at the Pan American Health Organization here, Dr. Tomo Kanda, says other regional territories are also recording similar deaths. She told Barbados Today the answer is through prevention and healthy lifestyles.
Non-communicable diseases, those are cancer, cardiovascular disease, and also cardiovascular disease, and diabetes, and the chronic respiratory diseases. Those are the major cause of death in Barbados, not only Barbados, in CARICOM country, Caribbean countries in general. What is most important is prevention. Prevention should start early age of your life until the elderly. So life course approach is very important. Now, prevention, how we can prevent those diseases. We have 4 major risk factors which contribute to non-communicable diseases. Those are harmful use of alcohol, tobacco smoking, unhealthy diet, and also physical inactivity. Those 2 risk factors also cause overweight and obesity.
In other news this evening, Mr. Blood will be the first performer next Saturday at the Pic-O-De-Crop finals. Today, Blood and other finalists signed their contracts and drew for their positions at the Mount Gay Visitor Center on Spring Garden Highway. Blood says while number 1 is not his ideal position, he is not daunted and is ready for the competition. The Calypsonians will appear in the following order: Blood, Aziza, Ian Webster, Donella, Crystal Cummins-Beckles, Adrian Clark, Adonisha, TC, Classic, and Colin Spencer. The reserve is Smokey Burke.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The ultimate adventure begins at Courts. For every $100 spent, you get a chance to win a trip for 4 to Universal Studios, a Samsung 55-inch curved TV, or one of 5 S7 handsets. Plus, buy any Samsung TV for a chance to win a 65-inch curved TV. Purchase one of our featured audio systems for a chance to win a PlayStation 4, or your purchase free. Shop with Ready Finance and pay nothing down for 30 days. Join the adventure only at Courts. Bringing value home.
ICBL T20 Cricket Party, more than a match. To Gary's 80th birthday, celebrating the greatest all-rounder and our national hero. You can't beat that. July 28th, 6:30 p.m. Tickets from Kensington Oval, CS Pharmacy, and TicketPal.com. Hosted by the 50th Anniversary Secretariat.
In news from the region, a warning to the business community in Trinidad and Tobago to pay up outstanding monies owed to the state. Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi warns that businesses owe the government billions of dollars. We get more from TV6 News.
Our biggest problem in Trinidad and Tobago is the specter of corruption and money laundering. Our entire national budget can be financed on revenue that is leaked away in those mechanisms. That's a fact. Uncollected VAT, $12 billion.
But the AG later said the finance minister will speak to the exact figure.
So don't hold me to the exact figure. But the fact is that there is a considerable VAT receivable on the outside, which is why you would have heard the Minister of Finance speak about, quote unquote, the need to put forward an army of inspectors to deal with the VAT issue.
He said this is in addition to the tax amnesty, as he spoke about the CFATF fourth round mutual evaluation report, which showed Trinidad and Tobago has anti-money laundering systems in place, but
there were no money laundering convictions at the time of the on-site, and therefore it means that there's something wrong with the system. So the assessors determined that there was improper investigation of money laundering.
And the banks are taking nothing for granted.
Further afield, police in Brazil have arrested 10 members of a group alleged to be preparing acts of terrorism 2 weeks before the start of this year's Olympics. Officials say the group had attempted to make contact with the so-called Islamic State. The country's justice minister says they were in the planning stage of the attack and police acted as a preventative measure. Alexandra Morales describes the cell as amateurs who were ill-prepared to launch an attack. All the individuals arrested are Brazilians, and police are searching for 2 others. A Florida therapist has been describing being shot by police earlier this week while lying on the ground with his hands in the air. Charles Kinsey works with people with disabilities, and he told WSVN television that at the time of the incident, he was helping an autistic man who had wandered away from a facility. North Miami Assistant Police Chief said officers were called on Monday following reports of a man threatening to shoot himself. Video from a mobile phone shows Kinsey telling officers he is unarmed while his patient was sitting on the road playing with a toy truck. He recounted his experience from his hospital bed.
I was really more worried about him than myself, because I'm looking at, as long as I got my hands up, they're not going to shoot me. This is what I'm thinking. They're not going to shoot me. Wow, was I wrong? I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I say, no, I just got shot. And I'm standing there, I'm like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know. They cuffed my hands and they flipped me over, and I'm laying on the concrete like this right here. I'm bleeding.
So grateful that he's alive and he's able to tell his story.
Every time I close my eyes, you know, it's just like I'm just seeing flashbacks.
And that takes us to the end of the news this evening. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you can tune in to Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Maricla Williams. Good evening.